What's going on? I think we're live. This one goes out to my brother Mike. Rest easy, brother. Break on through. Break on through. Hope you're doing well. Ocean looks beautiful. Smells like a harbor. You know what pisses me off, though? Can I just point something out before we get into the news? See that bag right there? And then the neon thing? There is trash all over this bridge. And it's gross. So how many people will come fishing and just leave their trash? Like, listen, if you're somebody who goes out to a beautiful location and does something in nature, clean your ish up. Like, we ain't your mother. I feel like those are the signs we need to put up. Like, we're not your mom. Clean up after yourself. It's so disappointing. There's just, I could sure, like, the whole street is littered. The whole bridge is littered. And it's so, I see people fishing off this bridge all the time. And it's just so absolutely disgusting to think that adults come here. And I see adults with kids, you know, with little kids going fishing. But it's so gross to think that adults come here and just leave it like their living room. I would imagine their house is much filthier, but don't do that. Give a hoot, don't pollute, as a great owl once said. All right, a few things. We're going to talk about ChatGPT and AI, and if you're a lawyer, do not use any of these, you know, artificial intelligence, machine-generated, machine learning programs to cite cases. And we'll get into why. Biden's dropped out, and Trump is suing Governor Whitmer, Gretchen Lechmere, the governor of Michigan. He's suing her because she wrote an executive order. Gretchen Lechmere, Bradley's, whatever her last name is. I don't know. I'm not from Michigan. But you know who I'm talking about, right? The old lady governor. Good day, governor. She wrote an executive order to make all VA places, all Veterans Affairs, VA Hospital, Veterans Affairs, Small Business Association, U.S. Small Business Administration places, voting centers. Not only that, but you could register to vote at these places, which you would think is great, especially for veterans. You know, if they're going to the VA anyways, maybe they're not registered, or if, you know, they can go to a place that they know to vote. Make anything easier for veterans that you can. That was Gretchen Lechmere, Bradley's, Circle K, whatever the governor's last name is. I know her name is, I just call her Governor Gretchen. That was her executive order to make it easier for veterans to vote. Trump has now sued her to try and block that. He does not want veterans voting. He's trying to sue her to remove those places as locations to vote. I had to include that because this is wild, you know, in a place where we claim to love democracy and the people. Number one, the fact that Election Day is not a national holiday is that, you know, that says everything right there. But that there are people that are still trying to limit the locations and places you can vote for veterans is beside me. So in Michigan, if you're a veteran, the governor tried to allow you to vote at the VA, and Trump is suing to undo that. Again, it's beyond me. But again, here in America, the election is not a national day off. It's not a national holiday. So that tells you all you need to know about what they think about us voting. All right, so I included that story. Again, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. I go live every weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sometimes twice a day, sometimes on the weekend. But I give you my word that I go live every weekday. And just so you know, I include all the articles linked down below. And you're going to want to read this one about the lawyer. 100%. The lawyer in Canada that got busted. What did they say? He got a fine and put on something. He basically got, you know, put on blast. And we'll get into that. We're going to get into that one, okay? Just not yet, because that one is the fun one. And my apologies, I don't have the article in front of me, so I'm going to go off reading it or from memory after reading it. So it's a loose translation, but again, that's why I put the links to all the news stuff I talk about in the description, so you could read it too. And this one's funny as hell, because you think lawyers, right? They're educated, they're not gonna cut corners. Yeah, they might have compromised morals. You know, they might defend people, or they might bend a certain way to, you know, to get around the law, to win their case. But this one is just beyond me. Lawyers, don't use AI. Don't. And we'll get into why in a second. But if you didn't hear, Sunday, Biden, was that yesterday? Jeez, feels like a month ago. Biden dropped out of the race. Thank God. We don't need ancient people. We don't need people who could tell you where they were when JFK was shot, you know, running for president. Sorry. If they could tell you their favorite black and white TV show, we don't need you running for president. Again, I believe that there should be a cutoff. Just like you got to be, 35 to run for president? I say you can't be older than 55 to run for president. You know? If you can't pop in the car, run down to Dunkies and grab a coffee yourself, you are not qualified. You are not fit to be president. Gage Rocha. What's up? How are you, Gage? Good to see ya. Please hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1,350. I keep losing subscribers. Maybe because I'm not releasing videos. I'm trying to release videos. Just I've been moving. All my stuff is kind of packed away. I have not had time. I have a Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi second video, number 2 in the series coming out. I just haven't had the time to edit it because it is going to be a big one. Hopefully a big one. I don't want to slack on it. That's why I've been giving it the appropriate amount of time. Gage, thank you for subbing. And make sure you hit the notification bell, because again, I give you my word, I go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sometimes I'll go twice, sometimes on the weekends, but at least every weekday. And if you hit the notification bell, that means you'll get notified. You can join up with me when we go live. And I love Gage. You'll meet everybody else in the family at some point. There's a bunch of people. I'm not going to try to list them all right now because my brain is foggy. But there are a lot of people that are in the community and the family that join into the chat, and people in the chat make these lives so much better. This is like a news commentary podcast, entertainment style live stream. And I know Philly DeFranco, he's on YouTube. He's one of the biggest news commentary channels, and we're nipping at his heels. So thank you for subbing. And to everybody who has subscribed and hit the notification bell, thank you. Appreciate you. All right, so Biden dropped out, right? And of course, like, that dude making everybody nervous. Either way, this election, if Biden hadn't dropped out, you were just wondering, like, if one of these motherfuckers has a slip and fall. They probably both have the life alert. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember the life alert commercials. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. And you press the necklace and they would call the police. Probably don't even have life alert anymore. But all it took was one life alert emergency for us to, be out of a president. I think it's too dangerous for old folks. They don't bring, at a certain point, like, you get wisdom as you get older, but then it starts to become a decline / old man yelling at the sky kind of thing. So I just think there needs to be a cutoff. 55 is the cutoff age for president. If I was president, that's what I would do. Sign an executive order. Once you're 55, you're out. Sorry, too old. Too old. You don't know what TikTok is. My bad. Or actually, you're bad. So I think there should be a cutoff. There should not be 80-year-olds running for president. That's wild. It's too crazy. And I'm not going to get into Kamala or whatever it is. The top cop. I'm not for cops being president, but it'd be cool to see a black woman president. I'm all for that. But top cop, nah. So we're not going to get into that. But the important thing about Biden retiring after this, hanging up the old jersey, is, will Jack Black apologize? If you don't know, Kyle Gass made a joke a couple weeks ago at their concert about the attempt on Trump. He made a joke. Again, Tenacious D, Jack Black and Kyle Gass are the band Tenacious D. They're a comedy duo band. He made a joke on stage at a concert in a setting where they make jokes. Jack Black halted the tour. The politicians in Australia were calling for them to be deported. Kyle Gass made an apology, then took it down. But Jack Black basically abandoned his brother Kyle Gass. They've been brothers for years. They've been a band since the 90s, I believe. And I felt like Jack Black did him dirty. It was all probably because Jack Black just did a huge speech at the Biden fundraiser like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like a couple weeks before the Kyle Gass joke on stage. So Jack Black probably felt a responsibility to the presidential campaign, which Jack Black, like, stop taking yourself so serial. Okay, Kung Fu Panda? All right, Kung Fu Panda? But now Biden has dropped out, so Jack Black has no official tie to any kind of campaign. He shouldn't be taking himself that serious that he did a speech at Biden's campaign. Like, Jack, you picked a loser. He dropped out. You should have known that from the get, okay? This guy's 108 years old. He's going to be on the Smucker's birthday edition this year on the Today Show, whichever one does the Smucker's birthday, oldest person alive. Jack, you picked a loser. Now it's time to apologize to your BFF, Kyle Gass, and go, you know what? That's what I wish comedians would do. They make a joke, whether or not it's taken poorly or not, but they say it in a comedic setting. I wish they would stop apologizing and just say, we're making jokes, we're comics. You're not coming to us for serial commentary. You're not coming to us for life advice. We make jokes. That's what we do. We make light of serious things. We go into sensitive areas and we prod and poke around. That is the job of comedy. But Jack, holy cripes, he just backed the F out and left his brother Kyle abandoned in the harsh light. So I'm wondering if now that Biden has dropped out, if Jack will apologize to KG, and if Jack will say, you know what, we stand for comedy. At the end of the day, we're Tenacious D. We're a band about songs with the devil and rocking hard. Like, I don't even want to get into the names of some of their songs, but Jack, look at your discography and tell me how serious you can take yourself. Please apologize to KG. He did nothing wrong. He made a joke. He didn't say it seriously off stage to somebody. He said it on stage as a joke. Stop apologizing. Don't distance yourself from him, Jack. Make good. Calling you on this, Kung Fu Pander. Because everybody likes you, man. We don't like to see you be a little rat. That's kind of what's happening. All right, so I'm wondering, I don't know what you guys think. Leave it in the chat, leave it in the comments if you think Jack Black will apologize to KG, if they'll continue on, if maybe he won't be such a spineless coward and just say, hey, we're comics. We're Tenacious D. We make jokes. Or if he thinks it will affect his pocketbook and he's going to back out like he did. KG, happy to say he took down his apology from Instagram, which is awesome. Don't apologize, KG. I already told you not to. You did. Oh, well, but, you don't need to. You're a comic on stage making jokes. And it wasn't like a Kramer situation where he's, going off the rails, getting serious, letting the serious serum soak out. He was lightheartedly making a joke. If you don't like it, that's fine. But I thought we treasured our comedians here in America. All right, let's get into this AI. If you're a lawyer, pay attention. There's a lawyer up in Canada who was fighting a custody battle. And he had cited a bunch of cases within this custody battle. And when the ex, and her lawyer went climbing through the pages and pages and pages and pages, he probably felt so smart. He was like, oh, I'm putting in 6 different cases of precedent and I'm going to win this one. And when the lady and her lawyer started peeling back the pages and digging a little bit deeper and trying to read the fine print, They found out all of the cases he was citing were fictitious. They were made up. They did not exist, which is hilarious. Then it turns out this dude, the reason he was citing fake cases that tried to bolster his case and made him think he was going to win is because he used AI. He used ChatGPT. And that's hilarious to think that he just blindly trusted ChatGPT. Like he didn't ask ChatGPT and then cross-check it with Google or look in a book or, I don't know, DuckDuckGo it. He did none of that. This guy straight plagiarized ChatGPT on his court case. And not only did he get fined, but something got revoked or put on blast or leave, or I forget the language. Again, I put the link to the article down below because you have to read this. It is incredible. And you think, oh my God, this must be like the first time it's happened, right? And they say, no, this is just the first time it's been like recorded in Canada. They said New York, Massachusetts, Colorado. Lawyers are getting busted left and right. And remember, these are the only ones that have gotten busted. I wonder how many like didn't go to trial, didn't get double checked, snuck through the system, because there's so many leaks and cracks on this justice boat that I'm sure a ton of things have snuck through. But it's hilarious to think that these lawyers are straight up not even Googling, they're ChatGPT in their answers to put into their fucking filings. And they're hoping, I mean, that's got to be an incredible call, a phone call from the judge, or I don't know who calls you. I don't know if it happens in court in real time, but I can't wait for one of the Law and Order SVU shows to pick up on this, because they're gonna have the court case and they'll be like, Your Honor, we'd like this court case thrown out. And they're like, why? They're like, well, all the precedent cases cited in these remarks are made up. Dun, dun, dun. Cut to commercial. There's going to be some kind of court drama TV show, something, Netflix series. What was that one Mr. Beast stole? Something game. Anyways, how hilarious is that? That you risk your certification, your license as a lawyer, all because you're too lazy. Listen, I'm not saying, maybe I'm saying don't use AI. But I'm saying even if you use AI, right? If you're a lawyer and you're like, listen, it's just up late, I just need to figure out if they have cases that exist, and you Google it and AI comes back, or you AI it. What are we going to call AI? If you chat GPT it, that's way too long. We need a quick word for if you machine it. If anybody has an idea, what we can't call it Googling because it's different than Googling. AIing it sounds weird. But if you're a lawyer and you're gonna chat GPT your answers, do you not at least like cross-check the cases? Like just a quick Google search just to see if they exist? A quick crack in the old law book to see if it's really precedent? Do you not care that much? Because in my opinion, if you're a lawyer, right, like this lawyer in Canada who cited 6 cases for his custody battle that did not exist, if you're that lawyer, like you don't deserve to be a lawyer. If you're that lazy, if you're just willing to risk everything on AI, like think about the danger that. Thank God it was only a custody case and it wasn't like somebody going for the death penalty. Because imagine that, this is a whole new can of worms that I can't even fathom, like the dangerous places this is going to bring us. Thank God there's, people who are double checking or, cross checking if these things exist. But I highly, highly recommend you read down in the description, this article about the lawyer in Canada who got busted. I would have loved to have been there when they got busted. That would have been so funny. They're like, oh, you must have done a lot of research for this. And he's like, well, yes, I did. I worked all night. Yeah, because these don't even exist. So like, what are you doing? Writing fan fiction, a law school? Or how are you coming up with this stuff, pal? And then he's got to be like, it was the machines. This is the computers, not me. They're like, boom. Give me a law badge. Do lawyers get a law badge? I don't know. I think they do. From the Alex Murdaugh case, I think they get like a law badge. What do you get when you pass the bar? That'd be cool if you got a badge. I don't know, maybe just get a certificate, a thing on the wall. But either way, this guy's bar certification revoked. You don't get to practice law for a little bit if you're just going to let ChatGPT. I mean, at that point, I could just be a lawyer. You know, if you could just use ChatGPT to write your cases for you, then we're all lawyers. You know, and trust me, that's going to be the next ad on YouTube. Watch, now that I mentioned it, you're going to be getting ads for, you know, it used to be expensive to get a lawyer, but now we use AI lawyers and they're even better. And it's like, are you not paying attention? Are you not paying attention to the news? What I am bringing you on this live stream? That people are getting busted because AI is making up fake cases to make their lawyers look good. This is bewildering. Anyways, I miss the old days where you knew if they were going to print it in a book, it had at least 50% chance of being legit. All right, if you could, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I go live every weekday, trying to crack 1,350. We can only do it with your help. I thank you so much. Please read these articles down below. Read this one about the lawyer in Canada. Dude is nuts. There's got to be some kind of like severe punishment, right? There's got to be, because you can't just use AI to do your court cases. Isn't that what they have paralegals for? Like, the dude couldn't even have his paralegal cross-check it. That guy deserves to not practice law ever again. 1-star Google rating, lawyer. He lost my case by citing all fake cases. So funny. So yeah. AI will be our downfall. It already is, Sean. It already is. So just be careful. If you're in the searching for a lawyer, ask him how much he uses AI. Because if he's using ChatGPT for your case, you don't want to lose because your lawyer took the easy way out and cited fictitious cases because he was plagiarizing ChatGPT. My God, think about that. This is wild. It's so crazy. So yeah, this is a good read. I highly suggest it. I put the link in the description. Yeah. Interesting. All right, Sean. Hey, hopefully you hit subscribe and the notification bell. I'd love to have you join again. I'll be back tomorrow. I do a live stream every weekday. Mean a lot because I love when everybody that has subscribed, everybody in the family and the community is here. Makes the live so much more fun. All right, I got a few things I got to do. If I can go live again later, I will. But if not, enjoy the links down in the description. I'm telling you, this one, it makes me, what it did was made me want to research the other cases. They talk about the case in New York where the lawyer used AI, but there's one in Massachusetts and one in Colorado. And that's what we know about. These are the people that have been busted. I'm going to be looking those up. Maybe thank you for subscribing, Sean. Appreciate that. And much respect to everybody who has subscribed. Really, I can't do it without you. It means the world to me. We're on our way. We're gonna take over the top spot from Philly to Franco. We're gonna crack 7 million. It's taking a little time to get there, but that's okay. We're almost at 1,350. So thank you, Sean. But yeah, maybe I'll look up these other cases and I'll bring them to you tomorrow. And I got to start the Discord. I got to get a Discord going. If you're on Discord, I'm working on it. All right. Thank you guys. Peace.